Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Donald H. Jones Stadium here at Kiski for tonight's action with Mount Lebanon from Pittsburgh coming in to take on Kiski Cougars. Kiski coming in on a 7-game win streak at 11-4. And hold on one second. How can I help you, sir? I got you. Kate Cronin. I got you. I got you. Grandma and Grandpa Cronin, right? I, I got you. I got you. Okay, thank you. How we doing, everybody? So the Cougars, again, coming in on a 7-game win streak. Fourth game in 4 days, Eli. Finishing off lone weekend here on the Kiski campus. And the Cougars with a 14-6 win Friday night against North Allegheny. 14-4 on Saturday afternoon against Upper Canada College. And a big win yesterday, 17-3. Or was it 17-5 maybe? 17-5 it was. Yeah, 17-5 against St. Ignatius from Cleveland. And that was supposed to be a pretty tough game coming in. And the Cougars continued their hot streak of coming out to, blistering starts. And we're up 7-0 before St. Ignatius even knew what hit them. Offense yesterday was led by Loan Martin and Brendan Wright, 5 goals each. And then we had Chris Rathwell had 2 goals. Nick Kuda had 2 goals. Santino Giatetti had a goal. Charlie Boone had a goal. And Cade Cronin had a goal yesterday also. Grandpa and Grandma Cronin, hope you're doing well out there. We know you're listening in. We wish you could be here. We're at the stadium with us, but we'll give you the best broadcast we can and hope you're enjoying the game out there. We'll say hi to you every time Cade has a goal. Cade's been lighting it up too, like he has been. Cade's been lighting it up. I mean, the offense has been blistering. Brandon Wright's had a big weekend. He had 6 goals on Friday night, 5 goals last night, 1 on Saturday, so he's had 12 in the 3 games. Chris Rathwell back from injury. He's been back for the past 2 games. He got on the board again yesterday with 2 goals. Goaltenders Jack Williams and Aiden Waller have been putting on a display, making huge save after huge save. Not sure who's getting the start tonight. Waller started on Friday night, had a big game against North Allegheny, and Jack Williams has been in goal starting the past 2 games. Aiden did get in yesterday as well. Ryan Mealy, big game yesterday on his birthday, leading the defense. I mean, he was all over him yesterday, was he not, Miss Hughes? Eli, tell me. I mean, he was putting the pressure on. It was his 18th birthday, and he became a man. And I mean, he was playing like a man yesterday, no doubt about it. Mealy, big game yesterday. Andy Scott and Dom Kuda also helping in on the defense. DeLauro, OBP, and Matt Hart. Denny also got in yesterday. Denny, second game back from injury. So Cougars welcome in Mount Lebo. Mount Lebo's usually a pretty tough opponent. So we'll see what happens here tonight. We still have, looks like, a lot of the parents from this weekend that came down are still here. Not everybody's hung around for the Monday game, but if you left yesterday and went home, drove back to Canada, I know Mr. Williams and Mrs. Williams did, and I think maybe a couple others. Hope you made the trip safely, and you're up there joining us now on the live stream. Get yourself some snacks. What kind of snacks you get, Eli? Oh, Eli had a beef sandwich and some M&Ms. I was thinking about that today. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're at home and like, what kind of snacks do you eat throughout the game, and like, when do you eat them? Right? Is there a procedure to it? You know, at the beginning of the game, do you eat like a certain thing? Do you ease into it, or you just go hog wild at the beginning? You know what I'm saying? Like, is there a procedure to how we go about our snacks throughout the game? I was thinking about that. Yeah, like right. So Dookie snacks for every save. And we also, Mrs. Kinderman. Mrs. Kinderman's back with us tonight. How was the trip to New York, Mrs. Kinderman? Amazing. You went to the Yankees game on what, Friday night? 5-3 Yankees won. 12 Kiski boys. Eli and I went to Pirates Red Sox on Saturday, and it was awesome because Red Sox won. And Red Sox swept this weekend. Everybody already knows that out there in live stream because I was bragging about that yesterday. Coach Spawn's a big Red Sox fan also, so, I'm not getting into any hot water by bragging about the Red Sox on Kiski live streams because athletic director's a Red Sox fan, right? Hey, Bruins and Maple Leafs, they play again tonight? Is that again tonight? Game 2? Bruins won the other night, so they were up 1-0 in that series. And I know some of our Canadian listeners are probably not real happy about me saying that right now. Jack, right? But hey, we'll just be happy about the Kiski Sports. So we're gonna get started here in a few minutes. We have, oh yeah, we got a nice crowd here in the stands. Some visitors from Mount Lebanon came in. We still have our visitors across the way. Mr. Boone's over there. Mr. Ferguson. Mr. Martin's over there. I see Mr. Scott. Mr. Masitis. Looks like we got a couple. Oh yeah. Mock and Hop's got their nice dogs. 2 nice black labs over there. They came by and said hello. Oh, Mr. Kendall's here. How you doing, Mr. Kendall? How you doing, Sis Kendall? She's the boss. Boss of the Kendall family's here. That's right, boss of James. James's boss is here. That's right. That's right. That's right. So Eli's back up here working the camera for us tonight. Miss Hughes is up here again working clock. And like we mentioned before, Miss Kinderman's back keeping the score, helping us out, keeping me on track of who's scoring the goals and how many they have and everything. And sometimes it's hard for me to remember everything. I do the best I can. We're going to have some trouble tonight because I'll do the best I can for the Mount Lebo. I have a roster, but I don't have numbers for everybody. And so it's going to be kind of hard for me to guess of who's what number, right? So I'll definitely give out the number. And if I have a name for the number, I'll give it out. But I don't have very many of their names associated with the number on the roster. But I'll do the best I can for you. We appreciate everybody joining us from Mount Lebanon, and I hope you enjoy the live stream as well. Turned out to be a pretty nice day today, Miss Hughes, Mrs. Kinderman. Well, I know it was nice enough that I was able to fire up the smoker this morning at about 10:30 and smoked up like 35 chicken thighs. So those chicken thighs are now in the bellies of the lacrosse players. That's what they had for dinner. I brought the chicken thighs for dinner, and the lacrosse team had smoked chicken thighs for dinner tonight. Yeah. So I had them on the smoker for about 2.5 hours, just long enough for me to cut my grass while it was happening. I had to stop every half hour, just put a couple more. I was smoked them with mesquite, so I had to put a little bit of mesquite on there every once in a while just to keep the smoke going. Number 27, it looks like, is a captain. I don't have his name with a number. 29, again, I don't have that number associated with a name, and that there goes my plan. Like I said, I have a couple of them, but I don't have a whole lot, and we'll just give the numbers and do the best we can. Okay. Uh, so it looks like Aiden Waller is going to be in goal tonight for the Cougars. Dom Kuda, Ryan Mealy, and OBP will be on the defensive end. Messidas will take the first draw. Charlie Boone on the wing. It looks like Andy Scott will be the LSM. And it looks like the Cougars are going to start with Nick Kuda, Jeremiah Wade, and Brendan Wright at attack. Waller is going to take the west end of the field. This is a very, very hard place to start a 7 o'clock game if you are on the east end of the field because you are looking right into the sun. So apparently the Cougars won the coin flip and have elected to be shooting that way first. Messidas has the ground ball still loose. It looks like does not get picked up. Still on the ground, no possession. And Mount Lebanon does get possession. They're going to look to clear, and the Cougars are going to look to press and ride. Kuda is on the ride. Forces a bad pass. Kicked away by the Cougars. Now it's coming back to the goal, and Waller is going to pick it up. He's going to give it up to Dom Kuda, who has open space, and he's going to run and clear. Gives it to his brother Nick, who gets it into the box for the Cougar touch. Up top for Martin. He's just going to settle down. Oh, that was Andy. Was that Andy Scott or Dom? No, that was Dom. That's Dom, number 19. Yep. So now Charlie Boone and Cade Cronin join the attack with Martin and Wright, Kuda, and Wade. Here's Cronin down the alley. Shoots a bouncer and scores! Cade Cronin puts one in for the Cougars. 1-0 Cougars. Grandma and Grandpa, Cade starts it off quick for us tonight. Hope you're doing well out there, Grandma and Grandpa. Cade Cronin. Grandma and Grandpa Cronin. We know you're listening out there. Cade puts one in and started out 1-0 Cougars. Ferguson. No, the draw's won by number 5 for Lebo. He gets it to number 3. Now to 17. Back behind the cage, and 20 is going to have it for Max. Being pressured by Mealy. Mealy hounding him. Makes him turn back, throws it behind the cage for 4. Over on the wing for 17, trying to get around OBP, but he does a nice job of defending and makes the Lebo pull it back up top. 13 working on Rathwell. Shot wide of the cage, backed up by Lebo, and they're going to maintain possession. Number 4 is going to put it back in play. Now 17 out on the wing. OBP forcing them, trying to get over the top. Sends a high riser over the goal, out of bounds. But Lebo was closest to it, and they're still going to have possession. 20 trying to get a dodge on Mealy. Now a No, tried to get a cutter, and the ball looks like it's going to come to midfield. No. Oh, wait. Oh, he my error. He blew it over and back, but he was definitely on the wrong yard line. It didn't get to the 50. So 13 for Lebo does pick it up, and Rathwell's going to have the defense for the Cougars. Going to force them wide. Now 13 sweeps over the top. Rathwell still on his hands. Not letting him get his shooting hand free. 33 has it. Working on Smith. Shoots, and Waller with another save. Waller is on his game, it looks like. He's been solid. He has been solid. Gets it up to nice pass, outlet pass for Rathwell. Looks like he has numbers. Gets it over to Kuda. Back to Rathwell. Tries to get down the lane, but ball is stripped. And the goalie for Lebo picks it up. Now he sends an outlet pass. Gets it up to 17. He's going to get it down inside the box for a Lebo touch. And he's going to take it behind the cage. Looks for a cutter, but it's defended by Dom Kuda. And Waller gets it in the goal mouth. Now Cronin has it, leading the break. Rade's with him. Gives it over to Nick Kuda. And Nick Kuda's going to pull it up and wait for the offense to sub in. Rade Vignovich comes off. Martin goes on. Boone is out there with Cronin, Wright, Wade, and Nick Kuda. Up top for Boone. Now Cronin. Cronin sweeps over the top, looking for a shot, nothing there. Gives it to Martin. Martin takes it back up top. Down low for Kuda. Tried to get in the middle, but defended well by Lebo. Sends it up top for Brennan Wright. Over to Cronin. Cronin down the lane. No shooting lane. Over to Kuda, and he scores! Nice feed from Cronin to Kuda, and he puts the Cougars up 2-0. 8:23 left in the first quarter. Nick Kuda with his first goal of the game. Nice pass from Cronin. Cronin's on fire tonight. Scored the first goal, sets up the next goal. Messitis out for the draw. Good offensive production so far by the Cougars. Messitis digs it out. Still on the ground. He does scoop up the ground ball, and he scoops it over to Nathan Ward. Nathan Ward, welcome back. He's on the wing. Gives it to Andy Scott. Down to Jeremiah Wade. Bounce shot picked up on the rebound by number 91, Nathan Ward. And he puts it in for another Cougar goal. 3-0 Cougars. 8:09 left in the quarter. Welcome back, Nathan Ward. He's been out for a couple games dealing with an injury. We can't say the injuries. HIPAA violations, please. So you can say they were injured, but you can't say what they were injured. I mean, everybody pretty much knows what it was, but I just can't broadcast it. So number 5 wins the draw for Lebo, and number 60 gets it down in the box for the Lebo touch. 20 has it back to 60, and he's going to throw it behind the cage for 4. Cycles it down to 17, back out on the wing for 20, comes up top for 13. 36 is going to join in on the offense also, coming from the box, and Ian Smith's going to pick him up as a defender. Going to work on Smith because he has a short stick down the lane. Cut off nicely by Rathwell. Nice slide from Rathwell to help. Now, nice move by 20, and he shoots it over the shoulder of Waller. 20 did a nice move. He came up, question mark, turned back around, got his shooting hand free, put one over Waller's shoulder for a Lebo goal. And it's 3-1 Cougars with 7:25 left in the first quarter. Good shot by number 20. And I don't have his name either. I apologize, Lebo fans. I have everybody's name. I just don't have the numbers with the names, so it's hard for me to tell you who it is. Charlie Boone has it for the Cougars after a nice face-off win by Messitis. Now Jeremiah Wade has it. He's going to pull it up and give it to Loan Martin. waiting for Cronin to come in on the offense, and he has Boone over on the other side. Cronin down the lane, still has it down the lane. Cut off by Lebo. And he goes behind the cage for Wade, into the middle for Charlie Boone. Shoots one over the cage, just high, but backed up by Kuda. So the Cougars keep possession. Kuda has it. Comes up. He draws the flag, got the stick to the face and drew the flag. Cronin has it. Gets the screen from Boone. Now back to Boone. Over the top. Nope. Martin sweeps. Gives it to, who's that? Brennan Wright. Brennan Wright has it. Into the middle. Looking for Martin. Picked up by Wade, and he shoots and scores. Pass was not connected to Martin, but Jeremiah Wade was sitting right there to scoop it up and puts it past the goalie for a 4-1 Cougar lead. 6:26 left in the first quarter. Grandma Wade out there, up there in Canada. Nice to have you joining us. We hope you are joining us, and we hope you're well. Jeremiah, making you happy up there. Another goal. He had a big weekend last weekend. What, he had seven goals in that one game, Mrs. Kinderman. You were here for that one, right? 6 or 7, right? Yep. Grandma was here for that. So now Nick Kuda has it, goal line extended. Martin, Boone, and Cronin are going to join the offensive attack with Wright, Wade, and Nick Kuda. Martin down to Wade, who sends it behind the cage for Kuda. Kuda over on the wing for Cronin. Up top to Martin. Now Wade. Back to Martin. Martin's up top. Gives it back to, who's that? Charlie Boone. Now back up. Wade. Step down from Cronin. And he gets another one past the goalie. Cronin with a missile of a step down for his second goal of the day, giving the Cougars a 5-1 lead. Okay, Cronin's on fire today. He must know Grandpa is watching, huh? He must know Grandma and Grandpa's watching. He knows. He knows they're getting shout outs, so he's going to do as much as he can to get them as many shout outs as he can get them. Cade Cronin with a fire. Oh, man, that was a missile, huh, Eli? Come on, Eli. Give me some excitement. Messitis out for the draw. Looked like they're calling him. He went a little early, so Lebo's going to have possession. 30 gets it across midfield. Pressured by Scott. Now doubled. He gets around. Scott now on the trail for 17, and he shoots it and scores. Nice play by Lebo. 17 worked down the alley, trailing it, and the Cougars were trying to double the ball and left 17 alone coming down the alley, putting Lebo on the board, cutting the lead to 5-2. 5:28 left in the first quarter. Looks like Messitis out to take another draw for the Cougars. Taking it out. He's got the clamp. Ball's on the ground. Ball now popped up. Messitis doesn't have it. It's kicked around. Still doesn't have it. He scoops at it, but he doesn't have it. Was kept in bounds. Blue ball. Couldn't pick up the ground ball there, and Blue's going to get possession. 22 for Lebo's going to put it in play. He's going to send it up top for 36. He's going to get way out wide and try to get some room and work on Rathwell. Rathwell is going to defend him. He goes over the top, sweeps the whole way over the top, and Rathwell's doing a nice job of harassing him. Now Mealy's on the defense. Rade working on 22. Nice job by Vignovich. Switches off with Kuda and picks up number 4. Vignovich still on the defense. Into the middle to number 22, and he shoots one, quick one. He gets it past Waller, cutting the lead to 5-3. Nice job by Lebo to find an open man on the doorstep, number 22. And once he had it in his stick, he didn't have it in there long, and he got a quick shot off and beat Waller to cut the lead to 5-3. 4:39 left in the quarter. Mercedes out again for the draw. Looks like blue was early on that one. So white has possession. Charlie Boone gets it. And he puts it inside the box for the Cougar touch. And now he's just going to pull up and set up the offense. Gives it to Martin. Sends it back for Wade over to Kuda. Wright's looking like he's parking himself in the middle, trying to find an opening in the crease. Cronin over the top, still over the top. Sends it over to Wade. Now for Wright. Wright working down the alley. Bounce shot. Nice save by goalie number 41, but backed up by the Cougars. And they have possession. Kuda has it. Nothing. Back up top. Cronin has it. Cronin down the alley. Still has it. It's going to go behind the cage. Gives it back to Kuda. Kuda looking to dodge. Gets a little bit of a screen from Cronin. Shot by Wright. Wide. Backed up by Cronin, so the Cougars still have possession. Cronin over to Charlie Boone. Charlie Boone working. Looks for a sweep. Now Wright. Wade shot. Nice save. Picked up by Wright into the middle for Lowen Martin. Another nice save by number 41. Two big saves by 41 of Lebo in goal. And they're looking to clear. Ball's bouncing around. 30 does get it. Now he gets it to 60. DeLauro pressuring him with Martin, and there's a ground ball stripped by Martin. Here we go on the fast break. Numbers for Martin. He shoots. Picked up on the rebound. Still nice. Two nice saves again by 41. Martin with two quick saves. 41 with Martin with two quick shots, I should say. And 41 up to the task on both, making the saves. Cougars have possession. Kuda has it. Looks for Wright. Wright has it. Shoots and scores. So Kuda gives it to Brennan Wright, and he hits a step down from about 10 yards out for his first goal of the day, giving the Cougars a 3-goal cushion at 6-3. The sunlight had I mean, not a whole lot of sun left in his eyes, but where he shot it from, he's definitely looking into it. So first quarter sun definitely plays a havoc here. And here's Nathan Ward picks up the ground ball on the face-off. Nice win by Mercedes. Gives it over to Andy Scott, who gives it to Kuda. And now up to Nathan Ward. Nathan Ward's going to hold it and wait for offensive people to sub in. Giattetti's in. Rathwell and Ward is going to be the midfield attack this possession. And we still have Wright, Kuda, and Wade at the attack. Rathwell down the seam. Shoots one wide. Backed up by Kuda. Cougars still have possession. Kuda puts it in from behind the cage. Gets a screen from Wade. Up to Ward. Can't handle the pass, but still on the ground, and it's still on the ground. Still a ground ball. Beat it. Nice play by Wright to get it back for the Cougars. Down on the doorstep for Kuda. Over to Wade. What a pass. Nice play. Kuda to wide open. That was Wade, right? Jeremiah Wade, number 2 for him. What a play. What a play all around. Who was the guy who stretched out to catch the pass over there? Rathwell. Wright. Brendan Wright. Brendan Wright keeping that ball in play. Gives it to Kuda. And Kuda over to Wade on the doorstep. Giving the Cougars a 7-3 lead. 2:03 left in the quarter. And Mercedes out to take another draw. Killian's hot right now. Between the legs it goes. And it looks like Lowen Martin's going to pick up the ground ball. Get across midfield for the clear. And he's going to have easy territory to gain, gets it in the box for the touch, and he's going to wait for the offense to switch out, or switch in, I should say. Cronin has it up top, gives it over to Charlie Boone. Back to Cronin. Now to Boone. Boone's going to work. He's going to sweep over the top. Sends it back to Cronin, who shoots. Bounces one. I don't know if that went off the crossbar or off the goalie, but Cougars Boone was able to pick it up near midfield and get it to Wright. Wright pulls out, shoots it, scores! Brennan Wright puts on the brakes, spins around to get his shooting hand free, and puts his second of the day in for an 8-2 Cougar lead. 8-3, I'm sorry, 8-3 Cougar lead. 8-3 Cougar lead. Don't want to cheat anybody. I'm sorry. I can't, yeah, when I look at the scoreboard, all I see is sun. I need my eclipse glasses because I cannot see the scoreboard. But, yeah, 8-3, 1:20 left in the quarter. And Mercedes nice win by Lebo, and 22 picked up the ground ball on the face-off win. And Lebo's going to have an offensive possession. 4 behind the cage, being harassed by Dom Kuda. Gives it over to 13. Rathwell's going to have the defense. Now 42 up top, working on Ian Smith. Tries to send it across the way to number 20. Errant pass, out of bounds. Cougars are going to take over on a turnover. Mealy has it. Sends it across the field for Ian Smith. Ian Smith has a little bit of room. Sends it into the middle for Ward. There's the sun. Tried to get it to Rathwell, but I'm sure he was looking right into the sun with that pass and never saw that ball. It causes a turnover, giving it back to Lebo. Number 30 is going to run, trying to clear, being harassed by the Cougars, but he does get it across midfield, and he's going to get it down into the box for Lebo touch. Number 4 has it. Over to 17. 17 is going to work from behind the cage. Working on a quick shot wide of the cage, and Lebo has it. Up top to 42. 42 working on Nathan Ward. Shoots and scores. 4 seconds left in the quarter. Number 42 with a high shot over the shoulder of Waller. Did a nice job of creating himself some room, getting his shooting hands free. And he gives Lebo another goal, cutting the score to 8-4. Mercedes out for another draw. Ground ball forward, and Mercedes picks it up. Shoots. Saved by 41. Mercedes had to get rid of it quick because there was only 4 seconds left in the quarter. Did get a nice shot, bounce shot, but 41 makes a nice save. And that brings an end to the first quarter with the Cougars up 8-4. 8-4 Cougars after 1. So that sun. Oh, that sun is brutal. I know. So, Mrs. Kinderman, last year, Dookie gets so much treats. You know why I'm always advocating for Dookie to get treats, right? Because last year we went on a hockey trip, and Jack wasn't on the hockey team last year, but so he stayed back, and he was watching my dog. Okay, he was watching my dog Jax. So Jack was watching Jax. Okay. Well, when we got back from the trip, Jack called me. We're still driving back from Ohio. It's like 12:30 in the morning, snowing, and Jack's calling me, and he says, "Coach, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm thinking something happened to the dog, What happened, Maybe the dog bit somebody. I don't know. I don't know what happened, right? So sorry. And I said, well, what happened? I left the treats on the counter, and Jack's got the whole bag of treats and ate them all. And I'm like, you, yeah, yeah, yeah. So he called me. He was all worked up about that. Mercedes on the win, shoots one, saved by 41. So treats have been a hot topic ever since. So he was upset about it, but I really wasn't, because it wasn't the first time. I mean, I've done it myself, and Jax has got. He just did it to me actually like last week. Yeah, he likes getting his treat bags. So you gotta put them away, lock and key. 17 working. Oh, try to go across the crease to 22, cutting down the alley. Errant pass, but 22 does scoop it up, gets it up to 42. Working on Vignovich, but there's Mealy going to double team. Shot, saved by Waller. Nice shot, or nice save by Waller. Looking into the sun. 20 has it for Lebo. Back into the middle for 33, and he shoots and scores. 33 got free in the crease. Got a pass from number 20. It puts Lebo on the board, cutting the Cougar lead to 8-5. Cougars had a couple chances there for a loose ball, and Lebo beat him to that loose ball and ended up making him pay for it. Mercedes, another draw. There's ground ball. He does scoop it up, tucks it, still has it, shuffles it over to Charlie Boone, and Charlie Boone has it. Now he gets it to Kuda. After a little bobble, Kuda picks it up and gets it to Martin. Martin's going to wait and get the rest of his offense on the field. Sends a pass over for Wade, who gives it up top to Cronin. Now Lowen Martin has it again. Martin working down the alley. No, feeds a bad pass into the middle, and ground ball created. Who's going to come away with it? Looked like Cronin got pushed in the back, so White's going to have it. Lucked out after a bad pass there, and looks like, who has it? Jeremiah Wade have it down there in the corner, or does Martin have it? Lowen has it. Okay, Lowen has it. He's got to go out, start outside into the alley. Gives it to Cronin. Now back to Martin. Martin's going to look to sweep maybe over the top. He does. Still sweeping. Can't get free. Now Charlie Boone sends it back to Wade, who shoots a high riser over the cage, backed up by Kuda. And the Cougars are going to have possession still. Kuda now working, looking for a screen. Gives it back to Wright. Wright over to Wade. Bounce shot, score. Nice one-time pass across the crease from Wright to Wade. And that's Jeremiah's third of the day, giving the Cougars a 9-3, 9-5. I missed a couple goals. I mean, again, that the sun is blinding. So, oh, it's got it right here on the computer screen. I'll just look at that. 9-5 Cougar. Yeah, I'm telling you, the goalie. 7 o'clock games are hard here at Kiski in the East End. Mercedes with another ground ball picked up. Gives it over to Wade. Wade's just going to pull out. They got their touch. They're going to pull out and set up the offense. Rathwell has it. Over to Wade. Looks like Ward's going to join in. Mr. and Mrs. Ward were here over the weekend. It was nice having him here. There's an errant pass. Looking for Giattetti, but Lebo has it, and he steps out of bounds, giving the ball back to the Cougars. They're going to give it to Lebo, even though he picked it up before the line, so it wouldn't have been an over and back. But so Why would he? Anyways, Lebo has the ball. 13 has it out on the wing. Nathan Ward's working on the defensive end. Looks like Zach DeLauro's out there. Rathwell also on the defensive end. Luke Rathwell, hope you're listening up there. OBP has defense on number 17. Nice double by Kuda to create a loose ball. Goes out of bounds. Nice play by Dom Kuda to create a turnover there. Gets a nice outlet pass up to Ward, and he's going to clear easily, get down in for the touch. Wade has it, and Ward's going to stay out. Giattetti's coming out. Looks like Rathwell's going to stay on. There's Ward. Shoots. Wide of the goal, backed up by Wade. Wade, right, and Kuda still out on the attack. Rathwell, Ward, and Giattetti. There's Wade. Wade still has it. Gives it over to, tried to go to Ward. Run down nicely by Nick Kuda. Saves it from going out of bounds. Cougars getting a little sloppy with the passes here. Ward does give it down to Rathwell. Rathwell looking to sweep over the top. Doesn't get his hands free. Now he does and shoots and scores. Rathwell sweeps to his right. Finally gets around everybody on the defense. Gets his shooting hands free. Puts one in for the Cougars. And that's 10-5 Cougars. Chris Rathwell's first of the day. Luke Rathwell. You come and see me, buddy. Tell me, Eli. Tell me, Eli. Come and see me. You come and see me, Luke Rathwell. You wouldn't just be seeing me. I mean, you'd be seeing all of us here at Kiski, but you come and see me. We'll do good things. 8:06 left in the half. 10-5 Cougars. Anybody else out there that wants to come and see me, come on down, right? Come on down, Eli, right? I'm an equal opportunity. I'm an equal opportunity guy. Charlie Boone looking like, yeah, he cuts it off, and there's that sunlight again. Tried to pass it to the guy in the sun. He couldn't see it and went out of bounds. Mealy gets it up to Charlie Boone. Evades the defense. He's going to run, get it across midfield. Charlie Boone, he's something else, Charlie Boone. I really like that guy. Jeremiah Wade gives it up to Cronin. Now to Lone Martin. I mean, there probably isn't a kid out there that I couldn't say I like that statement. That statement, I really like that guy, holds for really all of them. You know, oh, Lone Martin looks like he's hobbling a little bit coming off. Did he step on somebody's ankle or something? Yeah, Lone tried to run and shot there. Number 41 for Lebo had a nice save. Maybe he stepped on somebody after the shot, or not sure. He's going to walk it off. Lone's going to walk it off. He'll be back. So there's Nick Kuda. He provides some defense. Rathwell picks up the defense, and he's going to keep hounding number. He still has. Oh, and Lebo calls a timeout. Rathwell was providing solid defense, forcing the Lebo coach to call a timeout. And we have 7:17 left in the half. Cougars are leading 10-5. Jeremiah Wade, 3 goals so far. Brennan Wright, 2 goals so far. Cade Cronin, 2 goals. Nick Kuda, Nate Ward, and Chris Rathwell, 1 goal each for the Cougars. Dom Kuda's had a stellar day defensively, causing a couple turnovers. Mealy is just being Mealy. Like Mealy is Mealy every day anymore. He's just like turned into a beast. Solid defender this year. And Andy Scott. You know, Mealy, Andy Scott, and Dom Kuda have been playing together for a long, long time because they played on the same travel team in the summer since they've been in like junior high and young kids. So they've been together for a long time, and you can tell. Yeah, Andy's from down Fox Chapel, but Mealy and Dom are both from Latrobe, and they all played for the same travel team. And you can tell it the way they've gelled over the years. It's no secret why the Cougar defense is pretty solid. They've been working together for a long time. OBP's joining the defense down there with those three. Rathwell and Ward also as the midfield defenders. 13 for Lebo. Now behind the cage for 17. Looking for a cutter 42 into the middle, stripped onto the ground. Still, ball is still loose. Got to get this ground ball. Digging and still digging. Who's coming away with it? And it looks like Nathan Ward. Nathan Ward does get it for the Cougars. Sends it back for Waller. Waller sends a long pass up for Rathwell, and he's going to use his legs and load up and fire just high of the goal. Back up by Wright. We have a timeout, White. So Coach Spawn's going to take a timeout. 6:35 left in the half. It was a nice outlet by Waller getting it up to Rathwell. And Rathwell let one fly just high. What are you watching, Knicks? Oh, yeah, you're a New York guy. Oh, Mr. Serban. You and Mr. Serban are going to be uh, having words. He's a 76ers fan, isn't he? He's a Philly guy. He's a Phillies guy. Eagles, 76ers. So whew. I don't even know how you and I ever became friends. You're a Yankees fan. You know what I mean? I know. I know he does have a lot of good qualities. He does. He does. He has so many good quali He has so many good qualities. I overlook the fact that he's a Yankees fan. You know what I mean? He has so many good qualities. I overlook the fact that he's a Yankees fan. Your knowledge of pasta? Yeah. Have you ever? Eli and I went to a nice restaurant the other night, and we had some chicken parmesan over linguine. Okay, but Eli didn't know what linguine was. He he didn't know what fettuccine was. He didn't know what any of it was. He just thought pasta was pasta. He knew what elbow. He thought because it didn't have an S in it, it wasn't pasta. Because spaghetti, lasagna, they all have S's in it. So fettuccine and linguine aren't pasta to Eli. Anyways, back to the game. Yeah, every day. Here's Wade. Wade gets free. Bounce shot. Backed up by the Cougars. And Nick Kuda will put it back in play. Sends it across, deflected by 45 of the defense for Lebo. 45 got the long stick in the way, deflecting that pass. And now Lebo's going to look to clear. Ooh, met head on by Brennan Wright. How? I don't know. I think that might have been a Ward, but they didn't call it. 13 has it. He's going to work on Ward. Looks like Ward and Giattetti's going to be the short stick defenders this trip. DeLauro out there with OBP, Mealy, and Kuda. 42 looking to get a screen. He does, but nice switch off. And Giattetti picks him up. 42 looking to get free. No. Closed off by Giattetti and Ward. Now over to number 4 behind the cage. Looks like number 20 being harassed by Mealy. Mealy still has him. Forces it to go back up top, and number 42 is going to have it and work on Ward. Ward and Giattetti, looked like they picked him up, but somehow 42 got a shot off and bounces one. Joey, I'm not sure what his last name is, but number 42, Joe, number 42, bounce shot past Waller, and now it's 10-6 Cougars. 5:06 left in the half. It's been the closest game the Cougars have had for a while. Need some close games every once in a while, Ferguson was out for the draw, but won cleanly by Lebo. Number 5 gets it up to number 20, trying to work around Mealy. Sends it behind the cage for number 4. Number 4 back up for 33, 42. Here, that's our goal scorer from the last trip, Joe, working on Rathwell. He's going to walk back out into the alley and then come back up, trying to create some room. Rathwell, good defense, still has him. Rathwell still has leverage on him. Sends it over to 13, up top for 33. 33 working on Charlie Boone. Gets a bounce shot, but Waller send it. It was wide of Waller. Waller tried to get back there to be the backup, but Lebo was closest, and they're going to keep possession. 42 has it up top, still working on Rathwell. Does get his hands free. Bounce shot over the goal. Backed up by Lebo. They still have it. 4:10 left in the half. 20 over to 13. DeLauro poke checking. Gives it to 42. Rathwell still out there on the defense. 42 working. Bounce shot and gets between the legs of Waller. 42, kind of the same move. Running down the lane. And then he shoots a bounce shot. Running bounce shot. Maybe he knows Lone Martin. That's a Lone Martin special bounce shot. But that cuts the lead to 10-7 now. 3:57 left in the half. Lebo's on a little bit of a streak here. See if the Cougars can get one next goal. Stop this momentum that Lebo has been built up. Messidas is digging for it. Ball always goes between the legs. Still a ground ball. Still a ground ball. Messidas got a little, but Wade has it. Now to Kuda. Kuda's going to evade the defense, find some open area, and just pull it out and wait for the Cougars to sub out and get the offense on the field. Lone Martin has it. Out on the right wing. Gives it over to the middle for Cronin. Back to Martin. Cougars need a good offensive possession here. Martin over the top. Sweeps. Cut off by the Lebo defense. To right. Now Cronin has it. Gets a screen from Wade behind the cage for Kuda. Kuda looking to dodge. Gives it to Charlie Boone. Up top for Wright. Wright now to Martin. Martin still has it. Gets a screen from Wade again. Over the top. Shoots. Bounce shot. Saved by 41 of Lebo. Lebo's getting a little momentum. Looking to clear. Gets it to 22. 22 gets it across midfield. Cronin's going to pick him up and force him wide. But he does get inside the box for the Lebo touch. 2:35 and counting. Left in the half. 33 has it up top. Working on Vignovich. Gets around him but sends it behind the cage. There's a cutter. Bounce shot. Wide of the cage. Now Mealy's front defense. Flag on the play. Ball is hustled by number 4 to pick it up. So Lebo has it. 2:10. Penalty pending on the Cougars. Working on Vignovich. 42 still has it. Walks on the doorstep. Shoots a bounce shot. Loose ball. Still loose. Picked up by number 4. Sends it down to 20. 20 working on Mealy. Mealy, heavy pressure. Now 33. Andy Scott cuts him off. Gives it back up top for 22. Going to work on Cronin. Cronin forces him wide. Still providing pressure. Now 42 working on Vignovich. Looking for a screen. Gets his hands free. Bounce shot wide of the cage. And that'll be stop and play. And the Cougars will go man down with 1:29 left in the half. 10-7, Cougars lead. Timeout, Cougars with 1:28 left in the half. Score is 10-7. Cougars have a battle on their hands tonight. So 128 left in the half. Mount Lebanon's going to put it back in play. Number 20 is going to pick it up behind the cage. He gets it in play. He sends it up top to 42. Lebo's up a man right now. Cougars are going to have to fight off this penalty. 42 has it. Looking for the guy at 13's in the crease. Now 33 cycles into the crease. Shot and scored. Number 42 with a step down from straight on top of the goal. And it's 10-8 Cougars. 109 left in the half. Lebo's continuing the streak and having what? That's 3 in a row. 3 in a row for Lebo now. 10-8. Mercedes out for the draw. Okay, there's the clamp at Killian. There's still ground ball. Still, hits off the ref and still on the ground. Being dug for. Still nothing. Still nothing. And the ball is not. Still no possession. Still no possession. And it looks like Rathwell's going to pick it up for the Cougars. They got a little bit of numbers. Rathwell step down, shoot, and score. Rathwell runs it down. Nobody picked him up on the defense. And he shoots a low bouncer into the goal. Staving off that Mount Lebo run. And getting the Cougars a 3-goal lead at 11-8. Chris Rathwell, second of the day. Did a nice job of finally corralling that ground ball after a hard fight for it. Mercedes out again. Boy, they're really clamped on this one. Got to dig it out. Somebody's got to dig it out. There's the ground ball picked up by Charlie Boone. There's a flag. Double flag. Charlie Boone's going to look for the break. Pulls it to Kuda, and now he feeds Jeremiah Wade. Charlie Boone fought through the hit, ran down the field, gives it to Nick Kuda, who finds Jeremiah Wade on the doorstep for his 4th goal of the day, giving the Cougars a 12-8 lead. Atta-way, Charlie. Atta-way, be tough. 12-8 Cougars. 31 seconds. 30.7. We'll just. Oh, yeah, that'll be 2 minutes. Probably non-releasable also. I'm guessing. They're going to have. Did he go like this? Yep, non-releasable. So it'll be a full 2 minutes. Cougars are going to be man up. And Mercedes will be out to take the draw. Martin on the wing all by himself. And Andy Scott over on the far side. Mercedes digs the ground ball, gets it, picks it up, gives it to Martin. Martin's going to get down and get the touch for the Cougars. He's going to set up, wait for the man-up unit to get on the field. There's Charlie Boone getting back out there. Cade Cronin, if they just hold it, there won't be a face-off, so they're just going to hold it to end the half here. And they will keep possession to start the second half without a face-off because Martin's going to have it in his stick. Now he's going to come out. They tried to pressure him at the last minute. But there's the end of the half with the Cougars up 12-8. You said the Snack Shack is open tonight, Eli. So the Snack Shack, beef sandwiches, pretzels, nachos. Doesn't help anybody. You're giving the menu to people who can't come and get it, Eli. But that's what we have here. I don't know what you have there. Their menu, he says their menu's the kitchen. They might have some poutine up there in Canada, you know. They might be eating some poutine. I'm not sure. Okay, Miss Hughes. Miss Hughes, could you bring me a water when you come back, please? Thank you. Thank you. Who we got down there? Landon Flock. How you doing, buddy? We're doing good. Landon Flock was here last year. Or he was here for, I think, 2 years with us. He graduated last year. And he's now at St. Vincent. And it looks like him and a couple of his teammates come out to watch the game tonight. So welcome back, Landon Flock. Looks like Christian Spawn is still here on the. So Coach Spawn has both his sons on the sideline again today. Christian and TJ. TJ's been helping this year, coach. He's the goalies coach, and we've had some big games by our goalies in the past few weeks. Looks like Jack Williams is taking some shots. He might be subbing out. They might be playing halves tonight. I'm not sure. Cougars are up 10 or 12-8. Maybe Jay Willie's going to get the second half tonight. Fourth game in 4 days, so that's a lot of playing. So we'll see what's going on. We have the Owen and Rory down there helping again tonight. Stock boys are back with us today. They weren't with us yesterday. They had another commitment that they had to be at. They did show up at the end of the game though, Mrs. Kinderman, and they had shirts and ties on. So I'm guessing that whatever they had to do definitely was more important and took precedence of being here with us. But good to have them two young men back. They do a lot of good help down there, and they get excited. Like they love them stock boys. They love the Kiski, They love Kiski. Miss Kinderman, I saw your son and daughter walking through the building today with lacrosse sticks. So they just started. This is their first year, you said, right? So I saw them walking through with their lacrosse sticks. How are they liking it? They like it? They love it. Okay, they're loving the lacrosse. That's nice to hear. Oh, well, they've been playing soccer a long time, haven't they not? Right? So, all right. Well, this is only I mean, since I've been here at the school, I didn't know much about lacrosse since I got here at the school, but yeah. I've picked up a thing here or there, but I'm still not an expert. That is for sure. Looks like Mr. and Mrs. Giatetti is still with us from here in the stands. They made it here for the whole weekend up in Rochester. Grandma Nona is watching up in Rochester, and we say hi to her. She gets excited for when Santino's out on the field, and Santino had 3 goals the other day on Saturday. So Grandma Nona was really excited up there. We had Rade Vignovich scored his first Cougar goal over the weekend, Mrs. Kinderman, on Saturday. And Grandma Vignovich listens out in Arizona. So we got listeners out in Arizona, out in the heat in Arizona. And we appreciate you listening to us out there, Grandma Vignovich out there in Arizona. We hope you're doing well. I'd like to, if there was one thing that I would like to do, Mrs. Kinderman, if there was somebody I'd like to meet with, I'd like to meet with all the grandmas. You know why? because all the grandmas have the best recipes. And like I love to cook, but I like to cook all like the ethnic stuff, like all the ethnic. I don't care what ethnicity it is. I like the real stuff. Don't give me the plain Jane, throw it in the microwave stuff. I want to cook it from scratch and I want to do it the right way. And all the grandmas have the best recipes. So that's why I love the grandmas. And I would, if there was one thing that I'd like to do, I'd like to have a meeting with all the grandmas so that I could get the recipes of their favorite ethnic dishes. And what's their best thing that they cook, so that I could cook it for their grandsons. Yeah, yeah. So live post it on the feed, and then we'll and then yeah, we'll cook it up. Like I know Jack Williams, like he's always talking. Now this isn't necessarily his grandma, but when Jack's going home to visit, he's always talking about his mom's burrito bowl. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm sure mom's burrito bowl is like top notch because Jack likes his food. Like Jack likes good food, right? So mom's burrito bowl is Jack's favorite thing. You know. So that's what I would like to do. It's a good plan, huh, Miss Hughes? You didn't hear the plan. I want to have a meeting with all the grandmas so that I can get their favorite recipes, so that I can cook up all the nice ethnic foods that grandmas make. Sounds like a good plan, right? Huh? Thank you for the water, Miss Hughes. That was much appreciated. 2 minutes left in half. Boy, the Cougars did a nice job there at the end to get two back to bump that lead back to 4 goals. Mount Lebo was putting on a run, cut the lead to 2, but the Cougars responded with 2 quick ones at the end of the quarter, or at the end of the half there, to go back up 12-8. And Jack has been warming up for quite a while. I think he might be getting the second half. Get some treats ready for Dookie, Jack. Jay Willie's in the goal. Get some treats ready for Dookie. Chris, I hope you're doing well up there. Chris Williams, that's Jack's brother. I met him in hockey season. What a great young guy he is, too. Looks like so. It is Jack. Jack is going to go out and get in goal for the second half. So Cougars make a change in goal. Williams is out there. Looks like OBP, Kuda, and Mealy will still be on the defensive end, but the Cougars are going to start up with a man up for quite a bit of time as they ended out that half. I think there's going to be about a minute 30 left on this man up possession. And Kuda is going to, nope, Lou Martin has it. He gives it over to Cade Cronin. Right, back to Cronin. Now Martin. Jeremiah Wade gives a bounce, or it looked like he was going for Martin, but Martin wasn't paying attention. Shot by Wright over the cage, backed up by Kuda. Kuda puts it back in play. Gives it to Charlie Boone. Charlie Boone looking to camp out in that crease. He gets lost in there sometimes. Martin over. Fire, nice shot, Cade Cronin. Cade Cronin with his third of the game, giving the Cougars a 13-8 lead. 11:26 left in the quarter. But the Cougars are going to stay on man up because of the locked-in penalty. And they're still going to have almost a minute of man up time. Cade Cronin with a missile. Illegal procedure. I'm not who they're calling on this. I think they're going to have, I think they called both guys for illegal procedure. I'm not sure. They're just going to do it over. So we'll just go with that. Andy Scott out here on the wing. It looks like Martin over on the other side. But ground ball still fought for, and it's going to be Andy Scott. Does pick it up. He's going to give it to, who's that? Rathwell. Yes. Rathwell gives it down to Wade, and he's going to come off the field and get the man up unit on. So Boone, Martin, Cronin again on the field with Wright, Wade, and Kuda. Kuda has it back up top for Martin. Now Cronin. There's Charlie Boone. Cronin over to Wade, Wright. Now Wade has it. Done a nice job of extending the catch-up pass. Gives it to Martin. Cronin. Now Wade. Wade looking for step down, shoots. Backed up by Martin. Bounce shot by Wade. Backed up by Martin. Cougars still have it. And the man up is, there's Kuda. Just 3 seconds before the penalty's over, 2 seconds before the penalty is over, Kuda puts his second of the day in the goal and giving the Cougars a 14-8 lead. So the Cougars are on a little bit of a goal run now. Nick Kuda. That was a nice shot by Kuda. He didn't have a whole lot of room to put that ball, and he found it. He found it, though. Ground ball sent way deep. Picked up by Mealy. Mealy gives it back for Mercedes. There's a big collision at midfield. Scooped up by Lebo. Now it's still on the ground. Still fighting for it. Number 5 has it. Scoops it in the middle. Nobody there. Still nobody there, and it's still a ground ball. It's going to be picked up by Chris Rathwell. He gets clear for the Cougars. He's going to get down inside the box for the Cougar touch. Gets over the top. No numbers, so he's just going to pull it out. Gives it to Nathan Ward. Sends it back up to Giattetti. Over to Rathwell. Passes are a little bit sloppy right now, but nothing to turn it over, but let's clean it up, boys. Rathwell's going to circle behind the cage. Go back to X. He's going to look for some cutters. Looks like Giattetti's going to cut. So Rathwell's going to cut one way, and Giattetti's going to cut the other. Here he goes. Watch. Nope. There's Rathwell. Lebo, nice job of defense. There's Ward. Fired. Ooh, deflected. Wade with a shot, deflected by number 45. He stepped right into that and deflected it out of bounds. Ward picks it up for the Cougars. Brings it up. Shoots. Nice shot for a goal. Nathan Ward, his second, right? His second of the day. Nice. But Nathan, that's a Nathan Ward special, Miss Hughes. See, that's what Nathan's been known for over the years. He comes up from X, and then when he gets up there, he shoots a quick bounce shot back, going as he's coming away from the goal, shoots it back to the goal. He's scored many like that over the years. Nathan Ward giving the Cougars a 15-8 lead. Mercedes scoops up the ground ball, another face-off win. Tries to get it to DeLauro. He can't handle the pass, but he does scoop it up. Had time to do it. Sends a cross-field pass for Kuda. Kuda gets it down into the box and does get the touch for the Cougars. Gives it over to Brendan Wright. Looks like Charlie Boone's going to come in and Cade Cronin's going to sub in also. Cronin comes in. Boone has it. He's going to work on the left side on number 13. Looks like Brendan Wright's going to set a pick for him. He does. Now gets it to Wade or Martin to Wade, back to Martin. Now Wright. Wright sweeps over the top, pulls out, nothing there. Now goes back over the top. Brendan Wright shoots it, backed up by Lebo. Backed up by Lebo. They said Lebo was closest to the ball. So they're going to give Lebo the ball. Sends it back into the cage. Now here, Kuda's going to strip from behind. Still putting on the press. Still hasn't gotten across. 22 does clear for Lebo, and he gets it into the box for the touch. Sends it back up top for 42. Now 22. 42's had a couple goals for Lebo. He has some nice fire on his outside shot. We got to pay attention to him. Number 4 has it. Sends it behind the cage for 20. 20 over to 36. Back up top for 42. 42 gives it to 22. Going to work on Lone Martin. Shoots it over the cage. Way high, but backed up by number 20. 20 looking for a cutter. Passes out top for 42. Shoots a high shot, but backed up by number 20 of Lebo, and they'll keep possession. 7:33 left in the quarter. 15-8 Cougars. Working on Mealy. Mealy, nice defense. Pressuring. Really pressuring. Nice shot by, how did he get his hands free? I'm not sure. No, it was on the outside of the cage. It was on the outside of the cage. No goal. No goal. I don't know how he got his hands free to even shoot that. But Mealy was putting the pressure on and forced the shot wide. The net move, so it fooled all of us. We all thought it was a goal. But good pressure by Mealy. And Jack found the ball on the net and got to clear up for the Cougars. Looks like Rathwell, Ward, and Giattetti will be on the offensive end this time with Wright, Wade, and Kuda. Ward has it. Looking to get free. Nothing. Nice defense by the Lebo defense. Gives it across for Wright. Wright gets across. Ooh, stripped by the defense of Lebo. Ground ball picked up by Wade. Nice job, Jeremiah Wade. Over to Ward. Nothing. Bounce shot by Rathwell. Lead pass. Deflect it. Now picked up by Rathwell. Good job by the Cougars to not let Lebo make a clear. Now Kuda has it. Back to Rathwell. Rathwell over to Giattetti. Giattetti's going to work. Spin around. Give it back to Rathwell. Rathwell doesn't get a screen down the alley. Sends it back for, I can't make out that number. That's Brendan Wright. Now Nathan Ward. There's Wade. Shoots. Oh, off the crossbar. Boy, he ripped one there. Just high. Way out of play, but backed up by Kuda. And the Cougars put it back in play. There's Kuda. Gives it to Rathwell. Shoots a high shot. Wade's going to be closest to it. Cougars are shooting missiles from distance right now. See if they can work something into the crease and get a close shot. And there's Wade. Shoots. Pulled a question mark shot. And the Cougars back it up. Now Kuda. Sweeps around. Still sweeps around the back of the cage. Bounce shot. Saved by 41. Nice save. Kuda tried to go low between the legs, and 41 got down there and dug it out. Lebo still looking to clear. They're having trouble with it. They do get a clear. It looks like they have some numbers. Cougars are going to get in the box, but 42. What a save by Jay Willie. 42 shot a rocket at him. Jay Willie stoned him. Now here comes Millie. He has the long stick loaded up. He's going to fire one. Bounce shot wide of the goal. Mealy looked to put one in. He was trying to get a late birthday goal from yesterday, but it was wide, backed up by the Cougars. And Brennan Wright has it. Sends it up for Cronin. Cronin to Boone. Back to Cronin. Cronin getting a screen from Kuda. They called him for a moving screen and gives the ball to Lebo. Lebo's on a break. Charlie Boone trying to catch up. Now 20 over the top on the doorstep. Beats the nice transition game by Lebanon, Mount Lebanon. Number 9 got it on the doorstep and put it in. 15-9 Cougars. 4:31 left in the third quarter. That's Mount Lebo's first goal of the second half. It's been a game of streaks, so let's hope that trend doesn't continue and the Cougars can get the next goal. Here comes Masitis. Gives it to Kuda. Kuda's just going to pull it up. There's Andy Scott. He's going to give it over to Rathwell. Down to Brendan Wright. Rathwell. Here comes Nathan Ward and Santino Giatetti. 91 Ward. Over to 58 Giatetti. Giatetti's going to work. Gets over the top. Tries to feed one into the middle for Ward, but backed up by Kuda, stripped by the Lebo defense. Ball still on the ground, scooped up by number 41, the goaltender. Oh, nice hit by Rathwell, and they're going to call him for probably unnecessary hit, but Rathwell had him lined up. I think they're going to call push with possession. I think they're making up that call. The Lebo guys were laughing because they didn't really think it was a penalty either, but you know what I mean? He was laughing as he's coming off the field, and the coach was laughing too. They didn't think it was a penalty either, but they called it. So going to give Lebo a man-up possession for 30 seconds, and Cougars up 15-9. 3:48 left in the third quarter. And here's number 13, brings it in, and he gets a touch for Lebo. Bad pass, deflected, still on the ground. Sends a pass back up top for 42. And now there's 42 trying to get his hands free. Nice play by DeLauro to poke check him. Dom Kuda over on the other side. Now the penalty's over. 42 looking for a shot, and he scores, and they're going to call the Cougars with another penalty. Yep, because the penalty. So it'll be a goal for Mount Lebo. And it looks like the Cougars might be a man down. Not sure who they're going to call for that. Number 12. So 15-10 now. 15-10. 3:14 left in the third quarter. Masitis digging it out. Still on the clamp. Still on the ground. And they're going to call Masitis for a push. And there's a penalty. It looks like 3:05 left in the quarter. They're going to call a penalty on the Cougars. They're going to call a trip. They're going to call a trip on the Cougars, and they're going to be 2 men down. So Matt Hart's going to go in the game. It's going to be Matt Hart, Ryan Mealy, Dom Kuda, and OBP out here to try to kill off this 2-man down penalty. 33 has it. Now 42. On the doorstep for number 20. There's just way too much open space out there. It's way too much open space out there, and they had a cross, high to low cross corner pass. And I didn't really get to know. I think it was number 20 down there on the doorstep. I'm not real sure. But he put one between the legs of Williams, and it's 15-11 Cougars. 2:52 left in the quarter. So both penalties will be released. Now are still fighting. Ground ball still fighting. Picked up by Charlie Boone. Charlie Boone's going to look to break. Gets up to Wade. Wade shoots. Nice save by 41 in goal. Boone to Wade, but 41 with a nice save. Rathwell's going to cut him off. Andy Scott strips him. Nice play by Andy Scott. Still on the ground. Still on the ground. Looks like the Cougars come away with it. Feeds it back to Williams. That was Dom Kuda. Now long outlet pass for Rathwell, and the Cougars got some numbers. Rathwell's running. Looking for, no, that wasn't Rathwell. Now it's Rathwell. It was Lowe and Martin that had it. They look so close. I mean, I know. And they're both Canadian. They have the same running style because they both play hockey and they have that hockey running gait. So now Lowe and Martin has it, and Charlie Boone will join in with Cade Cronin. Brennan Wright, Jeremiah Wade, and Nick Kuda still on the attack. There's Boone. Sweeps over the top. Gives it to Martin. Martin gets his hands free and shoots and scores! Lowe and Martin spins around, gets his hands free, and fires one in for his first of the day. 16-11 Cougars. 1:39 left in the third quarter. Lowe and Martin with a nice spinning and fire. Messidas out for the draw. Dom Kudo on this wing. There's the ground ball. Scooped up by Lebo. Big win by number 27. Good defense pressure by Dom Kuda, forcing the ground ball. And there's Jeremiah Wade had it, but there's a penalty. There's a penalty, and they got it. Looks like they're going to call somebody for. Jeremiah Wade had it. Illegal body check. Can't hit him when he was on the ground. So Jeremiah Wade had the ball. He was on the ground, and then he got hit. Can't do that. Not allowed to do that. So penalty. Nice play by Dom Kuda, huh? Causing that strip. Our seniors have been having a good weekend. Dom Kuda. Good job, Dom. Caused that turnover. Now we get a man up with 1:26 left in the quarter. Lowe Martin's going to get it in for the Cougar touch. Over to Cade Cronin. Boone. Cronin. Now Martin. Down to Nick Kuda. Nick Kuda back to Martin. Martin shoots. Just high. Backed up by Wright. The Cougars are going to keep it. Wright puts it back in play. Gives it to Boone. Now Cronin to Boone. There's Wright. Martin. Martin, step down, shot. Martin. Second goal. 2 in a row now for Martin. And it's 17-11 Cougars. Lowe and Martin. Nice shot. 17-11 Cougars. 57 seconds left in the quarter. Messidas out for another draw. Dom Kudo on this wing. I can't see over there. It looks like Lowe and Martin in it. Nope. Is that Rathwell? Is that Martin? I don't know. That's Rathwell. There's Rathwell. He gets the touch. Tries to work around the defense, and he does. Takes it behind the cage. Now sends it back out for Brennan Wright. Up top for Nick Kuda. Nick Kuda is going to take it down. Brennan Wright's going to get into the crease. There's Nathan Ward, shot through traffic. Nice save by 41. Nathan Ward tried to use all those bodies as a shield on the goalie, but 41 did a nice job of making the save. Lebo has it, 15 seconds left. Short time. Gets it up top for 30. 30 working, but there's DeLauro. There's a shot and a score. Number 22 for Mount Lebanon gets a goal and cuts the lead to 17-12. Lebo has had a couple goals. Short time left in the first and third quarter because they scored with 4 seconds left in the first quarter. So it's short time goals for Lebo, keeping them in the game 17-12. 6 seconds left, 5.7 to make it. Messidas takes it forward. He's got it. Feeds it down for Wade. Can't handle the pass, and his ball's going to be on the ground to end the quarter. And that's the end of the third quarter with the Cougars leading 17-12. It's the closest game we've had for a while. Cougars are in a little bit of a battle tonight. Again, we like to have a battle here and there. You need a test every once in a while, right, Miss Hughes? Eli says it's been a long, long weekend. Yeah. Back at class tomorrow, huh, Eli? Or you sleep all day? No, you're going to be back in class. So if I would call you tomorrow at 9 o'clock, you'd be in class. No, you said you'd be awake, but you didn't say you'd be in class. Your answer was I'd be awake. Oh, you'd be in class. Okay. So you'd be in class. Oh, Success in Life Day on Friday. What's that? Oh, so it's like career day. All right. Is that when you bring your kids to work? Can I bring my kids to work? I don't even have any kids. I bring the little guy. Bring the little dude to work. Oh yeah. Monty Clark Bay's coming back. He's going to do a talk. Oh yeah. That'll probably be exciting. So Messiah's out digging for it. There's the clamp, but Lebo does win the draw. And they're going to get it across midfield for his clear. Andy Scott's working. They're going to call a penalty. 30 does get it in. An errant pass, but Lebo picks it up. Cougars are going to be back in the box. Cougars are kind of killing themselves with the penalties. Lebo has it up top. That's 36. Over to 4. 4 is going to work on Nathan Ward. Nathan Ward sends him wide. Behind the cage. Into the middle. Nice defense by the Cougars to shut that off. Now 36 out on the wing. He's going to work on Boone. Doubled into the middle. Nice save by Williams on the doorstep. Nice save by Jack Williams on the doorstep to prevent the goal. But that'll bring a stop in play. And Cougars will be called for the penalty, putting them a man down. Going to call a slash. So what is that, a minute? Would they call a minute penalty misuse? So 11 minutes left. Oh, it was called a timeout. It was 11:06. So 11:06 left in the game. I'm not sure who called timeout. I'm unaware of who called the timeout. TJ. TJ. Who called the timeout? So Kiski called the timeout there. So they'll have one left for the game. Mount Lebanon still has two. So White, nice save there by Jack Williams. And Kiski will have the ball, still needing to kill off the penalty. Or yeah, Kiski has the ball, or he wouldn't have been able to call timeout, right? Or was the ball out of play? Which was it? Ball must have been out of play because they're going to give it to Lebo. So Mount Lebanon has it. 42 has it up top. Now to 33. 33 over to 4 on the doorstep. Nice save by Williams on number 17. 17 tried to go short side on him. Nice outlet pass, and that looks like Ward. Nathan Ward over to Wade. Rathwell does come on the field. Wade has it. I think the Cougars had their touch, so Wade's going to run around and try to kill out the penalty. Takes it behind the cage. And he's just going to keep circling. Gives it to, can't make that number, Lone Martin. Now Ward. Ward runs down, and they're just killing the penalty, waiting for the penalty to be over. Ward zigzags out in the alley. Now the penalty is released, and Giattetti comes on the field for the Cougars. Looks like Lone Martin's going to sub out. Brennan Wright's in. Giattetti's in. Quick break by the Cougars. Errant pass. Ball's on the ground. We didn't need that turnover. Scooped up by Lebanon. Number 21 of Lebanon has it, being pressured by Nick Kuda. Feeds it back to 41 in the cage. Over across the field. And Lebanon gets the clear. Pressured immediately by Mealy. And it's an errant pass picked up by OBP. Gets it in the middle for Rathwell. Rathwell up to Wade. Wade's going to get into the box for the touch. And now they're just going to pull it up and wait for the offense to sub in. Cronin has it. Rathwell's going to come off, and Martin's going to go in. So Martin, Boone, and Cronin join Wade Wright and Nick Kuda. Cronin has it up top. Over to Boone. Boone looks like he wants to go down the alley, but no, he circles up top, shoots off. Shot, nice save by 41, deflected it out of bounds. Backed up by Wade. Wade has it. He's going to dodge from X, looking for a cutter. No, sends an errant pass. Cougars are getting just not a good offensive possession there. Bad pass, and Lebanon's going to have it. Still 17-12, 8:30. There's a strip by Kuda. Ball still in the air. Still now it's on the ground. No timeout. Loose ball. Nobody had possession, so timeout can't be called, and the Cougars have it because the ball went out of bounds off of Lebanon. Jack Williams looking to clear. Gives it over to Mealy. Mealy clears midfield. Looking to get it inside the box. Still hasn't got his touch. But there's Wade. Does get inside the box for the touch. Mealy's going to come back to midfield. And Martin's going to go down on the offensive end. Good job by White to get out of trouble there. There's a Cronin into the middle. Trying to fight through the defense. Ball is stripped. And Lebanon causes another turnover. Mount Lebo's defense is stepping it up here in the fourth quarter. But pressured hard by the Cougars, forcing a bad pass, and the Cougars are going to pick it up, put it back in play at midfield, and it's Rathwell. Rathwell brings it into the offensive end, and they get the touch by Martin. So it's Rathwell, Martin, and Cronin now. Lowe and Martin over the top, still sweeping. Bounce shot. That's a Lowe and Martin special, just missing the cage. And Kuda has it. 7:23 left in the game. Still 7. Oh, no, they gave it to Lebanon. What in the heck? Okay, they must have said Lebanon's going to look to clear now. 60 has it. Kuda's putting on the press. Double team. Still double team. He's fighting through it. Does a nice job, but there's DeLauro to cause a strip. So Mount Lebanon coach called the timeout before the strip by DeLauro. With 7:06 left in the game, Cougars hanging on to a 17-12 lead. It's been a back and forth affair. Cougars will score a couple in a row, and then Mount Lebo will score a couple in a row. Cougars started out with a hot start to give them this cushion, and ever since then it's been just back and forth, back and forth. What do you mean no? What do you mean no? What happened? Knicks lose? Oh, so there's Eli's missing out on cookies in McCall, he says. So there was another grandma, not a grandma from a lacrosse guy, but somebody's grandma, huh? Another Kiski grandma providing some cookies. We love the grandmas. Love them. Love the grandmas. Another Kiski grandma providing cookies. Eli's upset because he's got to be up here running the film camera for me. We got some cookies in the works for you, Eli. Lebo puts it in play from up top. And 36 has it. Brings it out on the wing. Going to work on Rathwell. Tries to sweep over the top. Rathwell's there for the defense. Andy Scott was helping provide defense. Back up top for 42. He's had a couple nice shots today for Lebo. Over to 51. Now number 4. Back to, can't see that number, 20 I think it is. Back up top. Lebo's taking their time. 6:25 left in the game. Going to work on the short stick. Trying to get a short stick matchup, but it's Rathwell and Ward out there for the Cougars on defense. Sends it back up top. 42 looking, can't get his hands free because he's being hounded by Chris Rathwell, playing nice defense. Cougars just aren't letting them get any freebies. And nice errant pass. Mealy's going to pressure him, push him out of bounds, and cause a turnover. Mealy picks it up quick. They didn't blow it in quick enough. Mealy gives it to Williams. Williams, nice outlet pass for Nathan Ward, or is that Rathwell? Can't really tell. I think that's Nathan Ward, and it is. And he gives it to Giatetti. Now Rathwell. Cougars going to settle it down and take a little offensive time of their own. Kill some clock. Up 17-12. 5:30 left in the game. Rathwell's going to look to work on the short stick. Gets a screen from right. Cut off by the defense. Now he shoots a low to high riser. Backed up by Kuda. 5:25 left in the game. Kuda puts it back in play. Still sweeping up over the top. Gets his hands free. Shoots. Backed up by Rathwell. Cougars trying to get some time off the clock. Is that Rathwell? Shoots. Oh, nice save. And 41 scoops it up for Lebanon. White pressuring him. Oh, they're going to call an illegal push by White, giving the ball back to Lebanon. Mount Lebanon. Brennan Wright's pressuring them. They weren't offsides because the Cougars still had a guy over here in the box, and they didn't have enough guys on the field, so that's why he wasn't offsides. He did cross midfield, but because the Cougars still only had 6 down on the defensive end, didn't count. But there's a goal by Mount Lebo, and now it's only a 4-point game. 17-13. Lebo's sticking around. 17-13, 4:29 left in the game. Mount Lebanon putting up some fight tonight. Kind of expect it to be a little bit of a contest tonight. It usually is with these two teams. And Mercedes is out to take the draw. Cougars really need some offensive time. Here's the. Oh, his stick was being held. But the Mount Lebanon does get the face-off win. And then they finally get it in the box for a touch. Being pressured hard by Kuda in OBP. Up top, and Mount Lebanon's going to pull it back out and set up the offense. Number 42 has it. See if the Cougars can stave off the momentum. And that nice strip by Charlie Boone. And he's got the wheels going in the transition game, looking for open space. Charlie Boone gives it to Kuda, and he's just going to slow it up. Let's take our time. Lone Martin has it. Now. And Cade Cronin's going to join in. Cronin has it. Gives it to Charlie Boone. That's Charlie Boone to a T. Causing a strip, picking up the ground ball, and running on the clear. He's had a couple of them this weekend also. Lone Martin working down the alley. Gets it to Boone. Boone shoots and scores! Charlie Boone with a low shot between the goalie's legs. His first of the day, giving the Cougars a 5-goal lead, 18-13, 3:10 left in the game. Good play, Charlie Boone. Charlie Boone started that on the defensive end with the strip, getting the Cougars the possession, and he was rewarded with his first goal of the game. Nice job, Charlie Boone. Mercedes out for the draw. Scooped up by Lebanon, but bad pass. Can he run it down? No. Goes out of bounds. And the Cougars are going to get possession with 3:03 left in the game, holding on to a 5-goal lead. Rathwell has it. Giattetti, Ward, and Rathwell will be in midfield. Rathwell running down, still running down. No, sends it behind the cage. And now there's Kuda. Kuda shoots and scores on a nice feed from Brennan Wright. Rathwell gave it to Wright behind the cage, and he finds a streak in Kuda, and he puts it in the goal for his third of the day, giving the Cougars a 6-goal lead, 19-13. 2:53 left in the game. Eli, am I just providing the excitement for you? You're keeping you awake right now. Keeping you awake right now. I'm keeping everybody awake right now. I provide the pep. You know what I mean? Mrs. Kinderman, I had an assistant principal. My assistant principal, his name was Mr. Federico. He's the nicest, sweetest guy you ever want to meet. But he had a saying, it was keep the pep in your step and the pride in your stride. And he hammered that saying home to us from the time you entered 7th grade until the time you got out of senior high in 12th grade. You heard that every day of your life. Keep the pep in your step and the pride in your stride. You know what I mean? It's a good phrase, right? It's good advice. Good phrase, good advice. And, you know, when you're a 7th grader, you think, man, I wish this guy would just, like, what's he saying? This is so corny, you know? But by the time you're a senior, you're living it, you know? And then it kind of, here I am, 30-some years after that, and I still, you know what I mean? I can never forget that phrase, you know? So, Mr. Federico, love you, buddy. Mr. Federico was a Red Sox fan, too, just so you know, Eli. 2:35 left in the game. Cougars up 19-13. 42 has it. Step down shot saved by Williams. Jack Williams stuck his big chest out there and made the save. Give Dookie some treats. Good job, Jack. Gets a nice outlet pass for Ward. Nice job, Andy Scott, getting it to Nathan Ward. Nathan Ward's going to circle back around, and we got a timeout by Coach Spawn and the Cougars. 2:16 left in the game. 19-13 Cougars. Yeah, so Mr. Federico was a Red Sox fan also, right? So when I was young, I wore a Red Sox shirt to school one day, and he found out that I was a Red Sox fan. So he ordered me a subscription to the Red Sox magazine. So and he and I he kept that subscription for me for my whole high school career. So every month I would get called down to the office, and I was a bad kid. You know what I mean? I was bad. So I would get called to the office quite frequently. But every month I would get called to the office, and at one point in my delinquent years, we used to take bets on who would be called to the office first that day because there was a lot of us in trouble all the time, right? But every month I would win the bet because I knew it was magazine day, and when it was magazine day, I was always the first one called to the office that day, right? So I would bring home the money on that day. I didn't bet any other day except for magazine day, right? No, it was a scam. I had that scam for 6 years, right? I had that scam for 6 years. Mr. Federico, what a great guy. What a great guy. You know, that's the thing, Miss Hughes, Miss Kinderman, we think about that. I'm talking about Mr. Federico 35 years from in the past, 40 years ago. And that's what these guys here at Kiski are going to be able to do 35 years from now. They're going to be talking about Miss Hughes and Mrs. Kinderman. And then they're going to be saying about, hey, you remember that loudmouth that was always up in the booth? You remember him? The guy that always yelled at us? Man, it's getting crazy down there. Rathwell taking a beating down there. He's taking some abuse, but he's tough. Rathwell is tough. But that's what I love about being here is, providing those memories, Eli, you're going to have it. You're going to have it one of these days. You're going to have some guys, and you're going to be providing memories for them too, right? And that's what it's all about, right? Oh, okay. There you. Oh, Ben Crew. Oh, Ben Crew was a baseball guy. I tell you, Ben Crew was a heck of a goalie on the hockey team. Yes, Princeton guy. Yes, Ben Crew. Rathwell splits the defense. He's walking in. He shoots and scores! Rathwell with a nice individual play. Oh, they waved it off. They called him in the crease. I don't care. I'm still giving Rathwell some credit there. Split the defense. Brendan Wright causes a turnover out of bounds, and Kiski's going to keep the ball. Rathwell split the defense, put in a nice goal. They called him in the crease, so the Cougars don't get that goal. But what a play by Rathwell. Cougars did a nice job of riding, causing the turnover. Boone gets it down inside the box for the Cougar touch. And now Martin's going to have it up top. Minute 30 left in the game. Cougars up 6, 19-13. And I think we're just trying to waste some time and kill out the clock. No, maybe not. Kuda shoots and scores! Kuda! Nick Kuda. His fourth of the day. And I guess they weren't trying to run out clock. 20-13 Cougars, 1:20 left in the game, and I think maybe they will try to run out some clock now. It's a fast-paced game, though, so we've seen goals happen, 6 seconds apart, so you never have enough until it's enough. Think about that one, Eli. You never have enough until it's enough. And how do you know when it's enough? We don't. When the time runs out, that's right. Ferguson's out to take the draw this time for the Cuda. It looks like Ian Smith on the wing over here. And it's still on the ground. Still on the ground. Bryce is fighting for it. Ball is still loose. No possession. Still loose, and it looks like Ferguson does have it, and he's pushed in the back, and they're going to call Mount Lebo for the penalty. Ferguson fought hard for that ground ball and was rewarded by drawing the penalty. Looked like Zach DeLoro and Ian Smith was also out there fighting for it. And the Cougars are going to have possession with 1:04 left in the game, up 7. Lowell Martin has it. Cade Cronin's going to be in there. Charlie Boone still with Wright, Wade, and Nick Kuda. Cronin has it up top. Gives it to Martin. Now Cronin over to Wright. Wright gives it back to Martin. Martin keeps walking it down, but now they pull it back up. Martin into Wade. Now Martin. Wade shoots wide of the goal, backed up by the Cougars. Boone sends it to Kuda. Now Boone. There's Brennan Wright. Cade Cronin shoots a high riser over the goal. Backed up by Kuda. 28 seconds left. Penalty's over. Everybody's evened up. Kuda has it. He's just circling around. Gives it to Wade. And I think now they are just going to kill it. Boone. Now Wright. Wright works around. Tucks. Shoots. Nice save by 41 in goal for Lebo. And they're going to look to clear. But that's going to be picked up by Kuda. And he just fires one deep. Now to end the game with the Cougars coming away with their 8th straight victory, putting their record at 12-4, 20-13. Thank you, Mrs. Kinderman. You have a nice remainder of your night. 20-13 Cougars. Offensively led by Nick Kuda with 4 goals. Jeremiah Wade with 4 goals. And then Cade Cronin. Grandpa Cronin. Cade had 3 tonight. And then we had Rathwell, Ward, and Wright with 2 each. Martin also with 2. Charlie Boone gets on the board with 1. Another stellar defensive effort by the Cougars. Pretty much everybody who went out there provided some kind of defensive effort, huh? Jack Williams came in on the second half in the goal, and Aiden Waller had the first half. Cougars come away with a solid 20-13 win. Cougars are in action again on Saturday at Perkiomen. And then the weekend after that is the MSLA playoffs up at Western Reserve for 2 days. Next home game, May 9th, here against Hill Academy from Canada. Next live stream broadcast for anybody who's interested will be Saturday. Kiski Baseball, Eli Fontenez. Kiski Baseball will be in action on Saturday against River Valley. Thank you for joining us. Have a good remainder of your evening, and we'll see y'all next time.